What's up, you guys? My name's Eric Moretin, and today we're gonna do another walkthrough of a super cool, super unique Dimebag Daryl Washburn guitar. Are you surprised that there's more Dimebag guitar or Pantera content on this channel? I'm not either, so let's get right into this, alright? This is a 1997 USA Washburn D3 Slime that has had a very interesting history, which you will learn in just a minute here. So my buddy owns this guitar. He's local to me as well, and he was like, do you want to set it up and do a little bit of TLC on it, which is something I do on the side as well. And so I said sure, and I thought I'd make a video on this, showcasing this, because, well, it's not every day you get to see a D3 in person, let alone, you know, this one and my prized possession that's on the wall right now. And yeah, it's, you know, this is a pretty awesome guitar. It's pretty unique, pretty special, so I'm going to run you through it. So this started out, as I said, as a 1997 Washburn Slime. So nothing's changed there, and the very unique thing is that my 99 has a very different finish than this. I'm going to try and throw them both on camera at one point, or if you see them on my Instagram page, you'll kind of see it. This has a very tight finish. It's a very tight finish, okay? That means the green slime around the sides is very tight to the yellow, whereas mine's kind of a little bit blurred in together, which I really like. You know, this is also pretty sick as well. This is a little bit more common on the USA Deans that were, I guess, like formerly made, if you know about all that and the whole lawsuit. So this one also has these crazy biohazard inlays, so we'll get to that in a second, and an ebony fingerboard, so we're going to get to that in a second as well. And notice the regular matching headstock, you know, mahogany all the way around, neck and body. It's a pretty sweet guitar. It checks out, so it's needed a little bit of work. Brought it back to life, sounds and feels great, but there's a bit of a caveat because this guitar has been through its paces, and I'm going to show some pictures that the former owner and rebuilder of this guitar actually sent me. So as you could probably see maybe on screen right now or whatever, but this guitar was beat. Like, the neck was totally destroyed and rebuilt, and there's actually, you know, maybe it's on screen right now, there's a picture of the guitar in actual pieces of the headstock, neck, and body. It was absolutely destroyed. So the owner of this guitar, who reached out to me on Instagram after I put this picture up of this guitar with my slime up, he hit me up saying, like, this is the history of the guitar and everything. And there's been a little known fact or rumor going around that apparently this was owned by Billy from Biohazard because of the biohazard inlays. And I think, as far as I can tell, that it's false, because the guy who rebuilt this guitar and actually messaged me was saying that he thought it was cool and he threw them in. You know, now before you start throwing any shade to the original builder of this guitar and the guy who rebuilt it, you know, that's just what they wanted to do. You know, they did it a little bit differently, ebony fingerboard, because the whole thing was absolutely destroyed, as you've probably seen in the pictures. And they did the biohazard inlays rather than a rosewood fingerboard and just the standard dot inlays to kind of make it a little bit more personal, right? Then, as you can see in the back here, the volute, there's two different pieces of wood there. So, you know, it's the same mahogany, but it's two different cuts of wood. There's also no serial number on this because, you know, just the headstock laminate was left over after this thing was, you know, destroyed. So the whole thing had to be rebuilt. I bet that the serial number maybe is lurking around somewhere, I don't know, but this is dated to be a 1997 from what everyone has told me about this guitar. Not a fake, it's not a Chinese knockoff, it's not a DH Gate or whatever, an AliExpress knockoff. This is the real deal, you know, except it has a few other modifications. And comparing it to my other guitar here, like my USA Slime that's mint, you know, this has a bit of a bigger neck on it. You know, my USA Slime has a little bit of a thinner neck, you know, kind of what Dime preferred, actually. But this is cool, though. This is very neat. Playing a big guitar like this with a bigger neck, it's almost like it kind of complements it. You know, it's kind of made for it. Like, big guitar, big, medium-ish neck. It's not, like, uncomfortable to play. It's just a little bit bigger than any other USA Dean or Washburn, you know, that's well-made, that would have the same V-shaped profile. So it's a little bit thicker than that, but it's super cool. So that's kind of it. And, you know, for what this guitar is and where it started and where it is now, it's amazing. It's amazing what you could do now. And obviously, as you can see here, the neck joint there kind of might be hard to pick up on camera right there. You might be able to see it. Anyways, I'm going to stop rambling. I'm going to play this thing for a little bit, and then we're going to get out of here. So, stick around. Okay, here we go. Got the Dime Slime tuned up to D standard, 428 hertz. Very important that you make note of that, or 429 hertz. In and around there, that's where you're going to get the sweet spot for trying to play along to any Pantera song in D standard. Or some people will say C sharp standard, 450 hertz on the tuner. Same thing goes for the E standard or the E flat songs as well. You can get that same thing for maybe like stuff from Cowboys. But the later stuff that's all in D, you're going to play it around that kind of hertz. So Dimebag from the bridge, Fortin NTS plugin from Neural DSP, and just going to riff around and keep the memory and the legacy alive. Here we go. Like, it's fun, it's awesome. Like, I love these things. Like, obviously, you know, you can't get them what my buddy paid for this thing anymore, you know, unless someone just doesn't know what they have, you know, because these are all now collector's items, no matter how you look at it. Whether they're signed, like mine is fortunately, and I'm so privileged to have, or whether it's not even signed, like, they're climbing up in price, and they're just getting crazier and crazier in price by the day, you know, because it's all about supply and demand, and you just can't get these anymore. And as odd as it sounds, it's like a Guitar Hero thing. Like, the Guitar Hero culture is kind of exploding, especially with everything going on, and you know, they're just, at the end of the day, they're collector's items, and they're cool pieces of gear that you just can't get anymore. And no matter who the Guitar Hero is, you know, depending on if they've switched brands or maybe if they're not with us anymore. So yeah, these things are pretty amazing. Just want to do a quick video here and just show you how this guitar here, and you know, obviously I love Pantera, so what's to be expected, right, when you're on this channel. So if you like this video, you know, it's a quick and short one at this point. Consider subscribing if you like all things Pantera and Dimebag Darrell related, because I do a lot of that stuff, and I do a lot of other things as well. I have my bands, you know, Sleep Terror and the Vilification, both working on new music and hopefully coming to play a show sometime very soon near you. Otherwise, if you like what I do, consider subscribing, drop a comment. If you got a Washburn USA D3, or if you got a Washburn Dime or a Dean Dimebag guitar with a cool story, would love to hear it, would love to connect with you. All my social medias are linked below in the description, and let's hang out. Thanks for watching. Take care. See you soon.